All right, let's talk about that box that's probably tucked away in a corner of your home, the inverter. You know the one. It's been a lifesaver for years. But what if I told you that its days are numbered? A brand new challenger has stepped into the ring, and it's not just an upgrade, it's a total revolution. So let's get right into it. So yeah, I'm asking you straight up, is that trusty inverter, the one that saved you during 1,000 power cuts, about to become a relic? It's a real question, because technology is moving at lightning speed, and what was standard yesterday might just be ancient history tomorrow. And the reason I ask is this. India's entire power backup market is going through a massive seismic shift. Seriously, this isn't just about keeping the lights on anymore. We're talking about a fundamental change in how we store and manage energy right inside our own homes. Okay, so to really get just how big of a deal this is, you first got to understand who's been running the show until now. For decades, it's basically been a two-horse race. So let's meet the long-reigning champions, the titans of home energy. In one corner, you've got Luminous. They're part of the global giant Schneider Electric, and their sweet spot is home UPS systems and solar solutions. And in the other corner, Amaron, from the massive Amara Raja Group. These guys are the undisputed kings of car and industrial batteries. So two different companies with different strengths, but let's be honest, you know both of their names. They're household names. So how did they get to be so dominant? Well, it boils down to a few key things. First off, their lead-acid batteries are built like tanks. They are famously rugged and can handle India's toughest climates. Second, they have these incredible service networks that can reach pretty much every corner of the country, which is a huge deal for maintenance. Third, they've built up decades of trust. And finally, their products are pretty affordable to get started with. That's the playbook that built their empires. And just to give you an idea of the sheer scale we were talking about, take a look at this. Amara Raja, Amaron's parent company, is a massive player with revenues over 12,000 crore rupees. That is huge. Luminous is a bit smaller, but still an absolute heavyweight and under 5,000 crore. These are industrial titans. So where is this big battle actually being fought? Well, the main battlefield is down south. States like Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Telangana are leading the country in inverter sales. And that's mostly because there's just more consumer awareness there, and people are adopting solar energy much faster. But, just when it seemed like the market was all settled, a familiar name from the electric vehicle world decided to jump into the ring with a completely new game plan. Because like I said before, this market is in for a huge shakeup. The era of those old clunky lead-acid batteries and simple inverters is officially being challenged. And the challenger's name? Ola Shakti. Yep, from the company you already know, Ola Electric. And this is the key thing to remember. This is not just another inverter. It's a whole new category of product. The real game changer here is the technology. Ola Shakti is what's called a BESS, or a battery energy storage system. So forget about that heavy inverter bolted to the wall and wired to a big, messy battery. This is a sleek, portable unit, and it's powered by lithium-ion. The same tech that's in your smartphone and in electric cars. And that means it's way lighter, way more efficient, and it can pack a ton more energy into a much smaller box. And this new tech unlocks a whole set of features that just seemed impossible before. Check this out. It's completely portable. You can literally pick it up and move it. It requires zero maintenance, no more topping up with distilled water. It charges up super fast in about 2 hours. You control the whole thing from an app on your phone. It has a 10-year battery life. And get this, it's modular. So if you need more power, you just connect another unit. This is a completely different experience. So this all sets us up for the ultimate showdown, right? How does this new BESS technology really stack up against the trusted solutions from the titans? Let's break it down, head to head. Okay, this table makes the contrast crystal clear. I mean, it's night and day. On technology, Ola is using modern lithium-ion, while the others are mostly sticking with older lead-acid tech. That one choice changes everything. Ola's BESS is portable and totally maintenance-free. The legacy brands, they're stationary and need regular upkeep. Charging time, just 2 hours for Ola versus, well, a lot longer for the others. And smart control from an app is standard for Ola, but it's a premium feature for some Luminous models, and just not an option at all from Amaron. The differences are absolutely massive. So, what's the big picture here? What does this all mean? We're not just looking at a new product, but potentially a whole new era for home energy in India. So let's think about the implications. The best way to really understand this new market is to ask a simple question. Who is each of these brands for? Because they are definitely serving very different needs now. Let's start with Amaron. Look, if your number one priority is proven, rugged durability that comes at a good price, and you really don't mind the regular maintenance, then Amaron's lead-acid systems are still a powerful, incredibly reliable choice. Luminous is kind of occupying that middle ground. It's a super trusted brand, they offer huge variety of solutions, and they're even getting into more modern lithium-ion inverters. So they give you a nice balance of that old-school reliability and some of the newer tech. And then there's Ola Shakti. This is for the modern, tech-savvy user, the person who values convenience, smart features, and wants absolutely zero maintenance. It's for the home that expects its power backup to be as smart as its phone. And this quote really sums it all up perfectly. Ola Shakti isn't just another inverter. It's a redefinition of energy independence. This positions it not as just a small improvement, but as a revolutionary leap forward. It taps into this global future of clean, decentralized energy, where we can generate, store, and manage our own power, reducing our reliance on the main grid. And that leaves us with one final big question to chew on. Is this just a battle between a new gadget and some old appliances? Or are we actually witnessing the very beginning of a complete redefinition of what energy independence means for millions of homes all across India? A move this big from a player like Ola could accelerate solar adoption and fundamentally change what we expect from all our home devices. The answer is going to shape the future of power in the country.